So we got Bernie and Liz and Bernie, like an old 1960s movie couple. Only not really. And definitely not anymore because of the recent breakupable offenses by Liz Warren. Oh my gosh, you guys have probably already heard about this, and since I have a very low number of subscribers, probably about 8, nobody's watching this, but what the hell, I just had to make it for myself. So, essentially, yesterday, I wake up to the news that Elizabeth Warren has essentially said that Bernie said to her once, and I later find out in 2018, that he thinks that a woman could never be president, or he thought, because we're talking in past tense. And I was just like, I watched some of the videos, and none of them addressed, at least not right away, the key evidence that this could never be true. And a part of me just thought to myself, all you need to do is go through a 3D time warp. And it's kind of like what I thought at the moment. I thought, like, is my timeline being manipulated? Because this is just bogus. So I just felt like, look, if Bernie didn't think a woman could be president, could win the presidential race, then why did he fully support Hillary Clinton, offensive though she may be, after winning the 2016 nomination? And then not only that, and this is something Bernie pointed out later, Hillary Clinton actually then went on to win the popular vote. So history itself retroactively disproves this. And I felt to myself, I'm like, 3D reality retroactively disproves this. And it was so funny because I mentioned this on Facebook, and one of my commenters said, well, Russian bots are at play, and the 2D reality disagrees with you. And I'm like, yeah, but I got 3 dimensions. They only got 2 dimensions, so their 2D only goes so far. And they say, well, they have their disabilities, and it's true. But I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I was just like, oh, come on. I mean, look at these pictures. They look in love. He's done nothing but support her. He supports all kinds of female candidates. Rashida Tlaib, who calls him Amo Bernie. And then we've got Ocasio Cortez. All of a sudden, I'm blanking on her first name. But this is just ridiculous. As a matter of fact, Bernie admits that he wanted to defer to Warren in 2015. He said that she should run, and she didn't want to. So he went ahead and ran. Bernie doesn't even want to be running. That's just the whole thing. So last night when I watched the debate, they asked Bernie a yes or no question. Did you say these things? And he said no. And then later he clarified it. He said, we were talking in 2018. And this is good because he can actually remember the instance and the misinterpretation and the twistation. He then said, no, we were talking in 2018. And he just said that Donald Trump, as the incumbent president, weaponizes everything so that if you're in any kind of minority, including a woman, including being a woman, then he's just going to twist it and weaponizes everything. Which, depending on which side of the aisle you're on, you may or may not agree with that. But in any case, it was just ridiculous. And I was really upset when I heard it. And then, of course, Elizabeth Warren's been caught in lies with other things, like she lied about her Native American heritage. That's not even true. And then she contributed to that cookbook. And then she talked about having sent her kids to private school when there's contention as to whether she or not she did that. And then she's kind of twisted her story around about, like, oh yeah, I had to leave this teaching position because I was pregnant. And then people look into it and they were just like, well, no, that wouldn't have been the right timeline. Speaking of timelines and 3D retroactively disproving things. But yeah, so I mean, it's just kind of jacked up. And you want to like Liz Warren because she seems like just a really nice favorite aunt lady. So there's just all these inconsistencies in her stories. And then when she was questioned about Joe Biden, albeit roundabout, a reporter asked her, well, would you approve somebody's child working at a foreign company as a conflict of interest or whatnot? And she's like, no. She's like, no. And then she's like, yes. She's like, I don't know. Because she didn't want to throw Joe Biden under the bus. But apparently she has no problem doing it with Bernie. Anyway, it's just ridiculous. All right, peace out. At the end of the day, folks, it's really your actions. It's not so much your words. I mean, try online dating and dating in LA. Boys that you date will tell you many pretty things and then not follow through on them. And half your friends. So, it's really your actions. And actions speak louder than words. And Bernie's actions prove that he's righteous. All right, peace out.